A construction worker was killed in a workplace accident in Meriden this week. Now, police said they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. But a local spokesperson said a long list of questionable workplace practices could have contributed to this death. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson shares what we know so far.
At this construction site behind me, a man died on the job. It's a tragic ending for a man who was just trying to provide a living for his family. But advocates tell me this could have been avoided.
They're devastated, trying to make sense of it all.
Edwin Guzman died in a workplace accident Wednesday at a construction site on B Street in Meriden.
It's a tragedy for them. The young man was just trying to make a living like anyone else.
Miguel Fuentes and the North Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters says this is a loss that could have been prevented.
Unfortunately, on Wednesday, alongside his brother, where they were working together, this tragedy occurs. There's been problems with management on that site, not only how things were happening, but oversight over the subcontractors. And again, I'm hoping that that didn't contribute to the death of this young man.
Fuentes says he and his team have been following the work being done at this site for over a month.
Look at this. These are all individuals.
Problems at the site go back to when about 50 workers complained to the union about not being paid from the Philadelphia-based contractor AR Building Company.
48 hours a week at $24 an hour, that's for 1,200 hours, not paid. And so on, and so on, and so on. 50 folks that were not paid.
The union started to investigate and found even more oversights.
What started as a wage theft, they quickly discovered that they were non-compliant in workers' compensation, they were non-compliant in reporting payroll, they were non-compliant in being registered in the state of Connecticut, so they were blatantly violating the law across the board. It's safe to say that this is a pattern of behavior and maybe even negligence.
Fuentes says this led to a stop work order being issued to the job site on April 9th, but eventually they were able to start working again.
Between that day and yesterday, they became compliant, but at the same time, while they gave the impression that they were compliant, they got caught doing some of the very same thing.
That is until Guzman's death, which Fuentes says resulted in another stop work order.
If they're going to be fast and loose with the things that they're required to do, does safety become an afterthought? It's just the cost of doing business if they do, until the cost is someone's life.
We reached out to AR Building Company for comment, but we got no answer.
Now, we also reached out to Meriden police, and they say they responded to the incident and then turned the investigation over to OSHA. In Meriden, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.